and try to help them to understand, so we can all be together, shaking our hands when we make it to the promised land.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
When we make it to the promised land.
When we make it to the promised land. Make it to the promised land.
Yeah, bro, from Chicago. This is a group from Chicago. I think so.
This is an ocean's deep, my faith will stand, and I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves.
Come on, Rochelle.
When oceans rise, my soul rests in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever, and my faith.
I feel the Spirit of God this afternoon, and He said, believe in the light while you still have it. Look for me in the whirlwind or the storm. Look for me all around you, for with my grace I shall come and bring with me the countless millions of people who have died in my name, and for all the righteousness of us, all the souls of us, all the make room for us, all the love of us, all the power of us, gathering to exhale, breathe, and dance in the light. We too are living. We know we are living too. Do not be confused. We carry the fire of a movement in our hands. You are the children of an uprising, being born even now. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Hey y'all, what's up? Guys, this week has just shattered your girl. I just finished performing for my church. Every time somebody from church reaches out to me, I always feel inclined, right? Because I'm like, what is really my purpose in the communities that I serve, right? In this community is near and dear to my heart. Like, they raised me. My church communities, like Ghanaians, 7-day Adventists, they raised me. So I always feel just inclined to show up, right? To be there. So I just finished performing and have had a wild day. Today's Saturday. I don't even know the date, y'all. Today is Saturday, August 8th. And this week has been wild, mainly because I kept saying I took a break in July, but I officially started like my full teaching schedule again this week. And my voice almost gave out, y'all. Like, I'm trying to keep up, but my students have been amazing. I just remember feeling like overwhelmed and tired a little bit on Friday. Like, by the time Friday came around, I was just like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I remember feeling tired and overwhelmed and just really praying Friday morning for strength, because really, like, our weakness is made perfect in God's strength, right? God is my Father. I'm asking him for the things I need. What? Like, he is the maker of heaven and earth. He is everything in the center of his palm. So I asked him, you know, just for a little bit of like a little dose of strength on Friday to keep going, to continue teaching. I also had like another like pre-recorded opportunity that I had to submit on Friday night, and then getting my YouTube video up this week, but then also this performance today. I was just like, Lord, keep me. I need strength. Like, just, I can drop by Saturday night, but just like get me through Saturday, right? I just woke up, prayed, and proceeded with my Friday as normal. And I got an email on Friday that just really shattered me, broke me in a good way, broke me in a good way, reminded me, put some things into perspective for me, and it was just really inspiring. I feel the need, I feel inclined to share my testimony, to share a little bit of it with you. So I didn't have a job at the top of the year. Got a really cool opportunity to start teaching online. Didn't know where online teaching would land me, by the way. I was just like, oh, I need income. Like, I need some sort of income to come in. And so let me just pursue this thing, right? And it was amazing. This platform I teach on is amazing because it allowed me to teach whatever I wanted to teach, to set my own schedule, to really be my own boss, right? I was considered an independent contractor on this platform. So I set up creative writing classes, public speaking classes, because I was like, oh, performance, like that's what I'm good at. So let me just teach that. And then realized like I wasn't really getting any hits for that. And then a month later, God gave me strategy to really teach the things that are behind creative writing and behind performance, like confidence building or positive thinking, just really essential, intangible things and essential life skills, right, that are behind what we need to perform and to like live our daily lives, right? And so I listed those classes and they skyrocketed. Like, it was just insane for me. Like, the demand was actually ridiculous, to the point where my voice, yes, gave out on me one week, because I was like teaching high energy, engaging my students, just encouraging them, like building confidence with them, all of that stuff. So yeah, I teach positive affirmations, positive thinking, confidence building. I still teach creative writing and performance in the midst of all of that. But one class that really emerged for me was my girls club. And my girls club consists of learners from the age of about 7 to upwards of 18. So I teach different sections of this class. I run about 13 sections of this class, and within each section is about 12 girls, right? Where we get together weekly. We talk about self-esteem, we talk about social anxiety, we talk about the pressures of society, we talk about all of these things. And little do they know, they are doing more for me than I am doing for them, right? But my girls club is probably my favorite class, because most of the things we talk about, most of the things these girls deal with on a daily basis is stuff that I was dealing with last year, right? Like, it's stuff that it's like really close to my heart. I can't talk to them about my experiences, about their experiences, if I've never gone through them, if we can't find something relatable to talk about, right? So this specific learner from this email that I'm going to read is a part of my girls club. Just met her. I just met her. This is the first week she signed up for my class. This is a weekly class, by the way. Girls can drop in and out if they want to. But I just wanted to provide a little bit of context. Here's the email that her mom wrote me after class last week, on that Friday, by the way. Yesterday after your class, she started to cry. When I asked her why, she told me it was a special cry, because she was so happy that she now had friends. Today, when she was on break virtually with her classmates, I watched Stephanie, I'm gonna disguise her name, institute the game you led with the girls yesterday. She and 4 of her other peers played a laughter-filled game of true or false, and then went back to class smiling and giggling. We have had Stephanie working with a therapist since we withdrew her from her previous school, and while I absolutely believe that this type of mental health care is something every individual needs, deserves, and can benefit from, I watched the most marked improvement in my daughter's attitude, demeanor, and spirit literally overnight after attending your girls club. I cannot thank you adequately for that. So often, educators are only criticized and communicated with when they are needed or have committed a perceived offense. I want to make sure that I express my gratitude for the spiritual healing that you have facilitated in my daughter. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your example. Thank you for your positive, encouraging spirit. Thank you. Stephanie is so excited to be a part of this space that you are creating, and she will continue to contribute as long as we have the means to allow her to. Thank you for indulging me with your time in this correspondence. Gratefully, signed, the parent. Y'all, I'm about to cry. And I know every time I pick up the camera, it seems like I'm crying, but you're really meeting me in my healing season, right? If you would have met me in my depressive season, every time I picked up the camera, I would have cried. Y'all, this is the reason why I do what I do. Have you ever met someone that found their purpose? Have you ever spoken to someone in a moment and then they realize that this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. I said it after I had the event with Girls Right Now. I'm saying it now. This is what I'm supposed to do. The future that I have, the career that I have will involve empowering young women and girls in some way, shape, or form, right? In a way that I wanted to feel empowered when I was a young adult, when I was a teen, right? When I was an adolescent. But this message isn't to brag. It's not to tell you about an amazing raving email and a review that I got this past week. It's to tell you how timely God is. It's to tell you how in control he still is. It's to tell you how near he is. He cares about the things that we care about, even the smallest of things. He cares about it. And I'm here to let y'all know too, to follow your passion, to follow your purpose. You will be fulfilled in ways that you cannot be fulfilled if you were chasing a check, if you were behind a desk at a desk job. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying quit your job and don't have a plan. I'm saying no matter what you do, keep your purpose and your passion in the back of your mind. The gift is beautiful. Poetry is beautiful. Having a gift of recitation is amazing. Getting up in a room full of people and performing and having them listen to me, even if for a moment, is a blessing, right? But my purpose is this work. And I just realized it. My purpose is in helping and motivating, inspiring, and encouraging young women to chase after their dreams, to fight for what they believe in, to love themselves, right? To feel confident and to pursue every single thing that they believe God has purposed them to do. I will put up with 1,000 negative reviews because there's some complainers, there's some parents that begin up under my skin. I will put up with 1,000 negative reviews if a positive story like this came through. And a few things actually stick out to me in this message. It wasn't just the improvement that the parent saw in her daughter. It was the fact that her daughter had been in therapy for months, and my 40-minute class did more for her than months of therapy. That's number one. Number two, the daughter is selfless enough to show and to teach her friends the game, the discussion, just the joy that she felt in class with me, right? And it really just lets me know, like, this work has tendrils. It's not about me. It's not about me. Your blessing is not about you. It never is about you. But it's about this exchange, right, that we have from the gifts and the work that we do to others, and then how they pay it forward, right? So I might have imparted some sort of joy or happiness with that learner, but the learner did an amazing and a selfless, remarkable thing by sharing it with 4 other learners. And who's to say that those 4 students aren't going to share it with 4 more, and then those 4 aren't going to share it with 4 more? Like, it's about the ripple effects for me that's beautiful, that had me on the verge of tears when I read that email for the first time. I just cannot even fathom, right, this work that God is doing in me now. I can't even fathom. I think I knew it a little bit before, but this is on another level. It's on another level, y'all. I'm grateful to have this YouTube channel to document this, because sometimes I really do need to be reminded. The bad days come in, the days where I pressure myself come in, the days where I have self-doubt comes in, the days where I'm like, yo, people don't really understand. But it's not for people to understand. Like, all of those days happen. But all that matters is the work that God is doing in me, the work that God is doing through me, and the work that God is doing for me. Thank y'all for joining me on this journey. It's your girl, Cynthia. I'm your favorite poet who's found her purpose, back with another video. Thank y'all. God is good. Bro, B did not tell me. All right. Thank you. Oh, crap. Hey. Hey y'all, what's up? Today is Tuesday, August 11th. For as long as I can remember, my therapy appointments have been on Tuesday, and so if this is any indication of how my week is going thus far, this should let y'all know that I am off. So I came to my sister's house to work out this morning, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna sit on the porch, have my therapy appointment, chill out, and then go down to work out. I switched it to Wednesdays. So it's actually tomorrow, not today. I ruined my skin. I accidentally burnt my skin. But you know, whatever. We don't pay attention to the L's. We only pay attention to the wins, okay? That's actually something interesting that I could talk about right now. When I first picked up this camera, I was really struggling with my skin. It wasn't really acne. I don't really struggle from acne. I struggle from dark marks, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, the scarring that's left behind after your acne is gone. That's what my face had been dealing with. But it totally makes sense because of all of the emotional sort of mental lows that I was going through last year. So it totally makes sense, right? My skin suffered dramatically from everything that I went through. So I was focusing on one thing at a time so as to not get overwhelmed. So I think the first thing I actually did in the healing process was therapy, right? So I first started going to therapy, and then once I got a hang of therapy, once I sort of got into a routine with my therapist and a routine with my appointments, I started working out and eating better because I gained all this weight. So working out has become sort of a part of my life. I still eat horribly, it's bad, but working out just keeps me sane. Running keeps me sane. So working out is still a part of my lifestyle. But after working out, I think I moved to my career, and I moved to work. So I found work, and then I started making a little bit of money, and I was like, okay, so this part of my life is now secure. Then now all of a sudden it gave me a chance to focus on my skin, right? My overall well-being, my overall physical sort of well-being. And I just realized my skin was horrible. And my skin has never, I've never really been the type of person to struggle with skin issues ever. But I think it's this idea of that whatever we're going through internally always surfaces on our outside. And so if my emotional health is horrible, it's gonna show on my skin. If my spiritual health is horrible, it's gonna show on my character, right? And so whatever we do, y'all, internally manifests externally. And I just started realizing my skin has become horrible. Okay, I keep saying I don't care that I'm showing my face on camera or whatever, but it's really because I'm trying to be honest and transparent. But I also want to let y'all know I'm trying to do something about it, right? Something is actually happening with it. So I started a new skincare regimen. I started doing clay masks once a week. And then I started, I got a new moisturizer. I got a new daily facial cleanser. I got a new serum. I researched a lot about what my skin can handle and what it can't. And I think just in the process, you guys have been seeing okay, I use a product and I realize, okay, my skin really doesn't like it. And so it shows up on my skin and I stop using it. Then I use a product, my skin is ooh, give me more of this. And then I keep using it, right? But I used this product to try to get rid of my dark spots, and I accidentally burnt my face. It's really been stressing me out because I'm trying to get rid of the dark spots. I'm not trying to put more dark spots on my face. So whatever, it burnt my face, and I've been trying to get over it and drink more water and use more of the products that really help my skin. But y'all, skincare is really a journey. Drop it in the comment box below. What are some really, really good ways to get rid of dark spots, hyperpigmentation, scarring, all of that? If y'all drop it down below, that would really help me out a lot, because I think that that's the thing that I'm trying my best to focus on. It's my dark spots. I think I've been doing okay since I first started vlogging, but obviously the devil is a liar. I was oh, I'm figuring it out. Okay, I'm gonna do it in this routine. I'm gonna use these products. but it's like you have to consistently switch up the products to see what works for you, and then you have to use the products for a certain amount of time. It's just a lot. It's a lot, y'all. But here's the thing. It's a lot, but here's the thing. Sis has figured out therapy, my mental health. Sis has figured out sort of my career, my job, like my role right now, right? Sis has figured out working out, eating better. Like, I know what the right things to do are. Sis is figuring out her finances, her income. Once sis figures out her skin, it's over. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. And as I'm talking right now, I just realized I picked up my camera on my climb up, on like this uphill battle. It's weird. So I didn't start filming when I was like depressed and going through all that stuff. Like, that would have been insane to actually document that process. But I didn't do that because guess what? I didn't have the energy to do it. Like, I can't even fathom what a YouTube channel could look like, what a camera could, I could not even fathom it when I was going through everything. But now that I'm sort of like a little bit better and like obviously on the uphill, I can implement stuff like this. I can do stuff like this. I can return sort of back to my creativity, back to writing, reading, like who it is that I am, my gifts, all of that. I feel like now I'm documenting this, like this climb up. It's always interesting to reflect, to talk to the camera, to document, to create in this way. It's always interesting. Oh, my therapist called me back. I should probably call her back. Nah, I'll call her tomorrow. All right, on to working out. Do I really have to do this? Do I have to? Ugh. Today's a beautiful day though. Like, I just want to sit outside all day and just like read. But I'm gonna work out and then go home, shower, grab something to eat. And then I have evening classes on Tuesday nights. The reason why I do that is because I am opening up my schedule to capture students from all over the world, right? And so when I schedule evening classes, like I'm teaching till like 9 o'clock tonight. When I schedule evening classes, I capture students from Australia, students from Singapore, students from just really all different parts of Asia, to be very honest. I also get some European students in there. I had a Cuban student. I had a student from Cuba the other day. Like, it's insane, y'all, to like not only teach online what I teach, but to be teaching students from all over the world. Like, that is insane to me. Every time I ask a student to like introduce themselves, where they're from, all of that, and they say like a different country. Like, I had students from Hawaii. Like, I've had students from everywhere. I've had a student from Kenya before, but I've never had a student from like Ghana or anything like that. So yeah, every time I ask them to introduce themselves, it's always really cool to hear, you know, where students are from, whether it be different continents and just all over the world. It's a beautiful experience. So work out, teach some evening classes, and probably edit today. Those are my 3 top things. Tomorrow is my day off, thank God. And I have to remember to call my therapist tomorrow afternoon. All right, y'all, on to working out. Y'all, I'm watching Grand Leaf.
And how long time you been with us?
I started it from the beginning so that I could, like, you know, go back and rewatch it. It's so good. She cheating on her man? Girl, she cheating on her man. So what you telling me for? You don't need to know all that. You cheating on your man? She
cheating on her man. She cheating on her man.
Y'all, we gotta chat for a little bit. I'm watching Greenleaf, right? And this scene comes on. Let me just tell y'all what happened in the scene. The scene comes on and says, do you believe in hell? Like, is there a hell? And the pastor of Greenleaf actually got on and said he's not privy to the God of punishment, even though the Bible has actually said that a God of punishment exists, right? Like, our God is a God of justice. But he says what he does believe hell to be is when we die, we go into the pure and eternal, just like love of God, right? And the realization in that moment, once we go into God's love after we pass away, the realization in that moment of how good it could have been if we would have just, I don't know, given our life to Christ or confessed our sins or lived better lives. That is hell. What? I don't think I've ever experienced it. I don't think I've ever heard it said as eloquently as he just said it. But yo, hell is a feeling too. Not just a place, right? Not just this place where sinners go to or whatever. Like, hell is a feeling. That is powerful.
Go and let this lady get some sleep. Thank you so much.
I'm tired. Abs next. Abs are last. Let's go. Alright, y'all. I'm done. Can't take this anymore. Going home to shower, eat, teach for the rest of the day. And Greenleaf is crazy. Guys, I was trying to wait a little bit to see where everybody is because I only have 5 of you here so far. You're outside, so am I. Do you see me outside? We're getting some sun today for class. Who else is outside?
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
My name is Teacher Cynthia. I'm a teaching artist currently living in Ohio at the moment. And I created Girls Club because I wanted there to be a fun and a safe space for girls to come to. So every week we get in here, we check in with each other, right? We're always kind to each other, especially in the chat box. Make sure you are kind to one another in class as well as in the chat box. We get to know each other, we learn how to make friends. And speaking of learning how to make friends, can somebody remind me of the friendship rule from last week? What was the friendship rule from last week? Treat others the way you would want to be treated, the golden rule. Absolutely. So girls, we are keeping that in mind as we talk to one another in Girls Club. Can we give a huge round of applause to welcome her to Girls Club? Round of applause in the building. Look at all these applause for you.